Hey guys, Brad with Double Tap here. What I thought I'd do, and what I've been planning on doing for a little bit here, is to do a video about my workbench, my gunsmithing workbench, and my little shop here, if you will. Um, this I've been doing this for a few years, but I would still say, like I'm still amateur, sort of. I don't know about beginner, but I feel like I got a pretty good, pretty well established setup here, and so I'm hoping that this can be beneficial for guys or girls that are getting into this and what they might need and that kind of thing. So with that being said, let's actually start just away from the bench real quick. Um, this is something I have around at all times, and there are some things for gunsmithing in here, but you never know what you're going to need. A nice little, sort of all-in-one toolkit, and this is mine, and relatively affordable little kit here. There's some extra tools, but this is one of my most beneficial tools that I have, because when you're cleaning a gun, and it's obviously sort of tedious. I mean, there might be some people who enjoy that, but what I do is I come over here to my little tub here, and I scrub, and I use a gun cleaner like this, Hops gun cleaner, and I'll scrub everything with a brush, and the barrel chamber, and then I'll hose it off super hot water. Excuse me. And then I'll come over here and I'll have this thing going while I'm washing or cleaning the guns or gun parts. And yeah, man, fire this bad boy up, pressurized air, blow that stuff out. I mean, I got a bad back from the Army as well, like really bad. So bending over for me is like painful. So having this thing, pop a seat right here or pop a seat over here at the table and just hose that stuff off is super, super convenient. All right, left to right on the bench. So first of all, this bench is a Craftsman. I got it on a discount from Ace Hardware. Depending on where you are in the country, you may or may not know what that is, but it's a stand-up bench. So like I said, my back is bad, so this comes up almost to my navel, and I'm not hunched over in a chair or whatever. So it works for me. All right, Allen wrenches and what I call star wrenches, but there's different names for them. Hex wrench, full set of these, both metric and SAE, so millimeters SAE, and then full kit of these. I keep spare parts here just for ideas. I could use a gas tube for measuring stuff. And just to have it sort of at arm's reach. I know I do have other parts in other places in the house, but these are sort of small enough to fit in a box, so where I can just reach over and grab something to try it out, or use as gauging whatever kind of design I'm going for, or what have you. Wrenches. Excuse me, damn. So this Magpul, super awesome. And probably one of the most popular ones. Pretty much works for everything I need it to. I already had this one. This is sort of a standard A2, wrench. So I do still use that occasionally. Now, this Magpul is not going to fit every single type of thing that you need it to, barrel nut or otherwise. So, for instance, this is a BAR nut to so that you can put certain types of Aero Precision handguards on standard lower instead of an enhanced lower. And this is a chunky boy. It's pretty heavy, but this will not work for it. So you have to have this Wheeler one. And I can tell you, having been through this, that when I went to do the build related to this nut, I didn't have this wrench, and I had to drop everything I was doing. I had to go up to the store to Cabela's, and I had to grab one of these. But with that being said, between these three right here, I can pretty much do anything as far as barrel nuts and tightening down castle nuts and muzzle devices and so forth. Here we have some Real Avid stuff. Here is the Master Armor's bench block. So you can use you can put your bolts in here. You know, it's good for punching out what you call it, roll pins or spring pins, you know, whichever way you call them. And super helpful. All right, here's another bench block, just sort of you know, do all or do some, I guess. But it's magnetic, so I believe it's magnetic, so it'll hold things on the back. Yeah, it's magnetic here. So you can rest your barrel on there, do different things. You can use it for your gas block, and so forth. This kit right here, Real Avid punch set. I just keep those out because I use them so much that, you know, they just stay right here. And this is always what my bench looks like. I never leave it a mess. You know, I always put stuff away because, you know, I just try and, you know, be professional with what I'm doing, and it makes me feel good. So there. And then I think this is an 8-ounce hammer, and you have different heads that you can put in right there. You know, it's a nylon, and you have a brass one. Now, you know, the professionals will tell you that brass punches are the way to go, and I'm sure that's true. But, you know, when I was getting into this, you know, the kit from Real Avid is just, it was just all in one thing, and I didn't have to go hunting around for different stuff. So it's been working. One of these is a little bent. Let's see if I can get that to focus. But, you know, that's the thinnest one. So, you know, but it still works. They all, you know, they all work and they all do their job. Here I keep spare barrel nut wrenches. And so this one came with my Midwest Industries SP over the suppressor handguard. And I believe these are for Aero Precision, barrel nuts, handguards, etc. Keep a pair of pliers. Mostly I use these for tough to get out cotter pins from the, you know, the bolt. Here, where's mine at? Right here. Oh, right here. So I have a couple bolt carrier groups where those are difficult. So, you know, probably not the best way. You don't want to chew up the end, but you know, if I just have to use it, and I use it for different things too. Zip ties. It's got a you know, wire cutter in there, and I do use that, so I keep that out as well. Moving on, I have various Allen wrenches that I got, you know, in different parts kits, and that, you know, some of them are actually from, you know, my kit over here, and I just use them so much that I just leave them in a little pile. You know, I don't really care for, you know, it being like untidy right there in that area, but I mean, it is what it is, and I'm just constantly reaching over there and grabbing stuff. Tape measure and a screwdriver. So the screwdriver is going to be for your grips, getting down in there, for the ones that have a bolt that has a flat head on it. So that's not one of them. But you know, if you've ever messed with a pistol grip, you know that you'll probably need some sort of a flathead, large flathead at some point. Now, tape measure is important because if you're building AR pistols and so forth. So in Michigan, you know, it has to be under 26 inches length of pull, within 13.5 inches. So, you know, you got to be careful. So measuring stuff and making sure you're within legal limits is very important, and whatnot. All right, moving along. I just put this together about a month ago, and it's one of the most beneficial things that I've done. So what happened is I've taken, you know, I've had so many parts and so many things left over and floating around that I was like, okay, let me get a little organizer here. And I'll put this into my range bag and take this to the range with me. And so, gas block pins here. Let's see. Safety selector. What you call it, forward assist. I got castle nuts. I got tons of parts, springs, roll pins, muzzle devices. There's some Loctite in there. I have some stripper clips. I have Springco kit, so anytime I get a new BCG, I immediately change those out, and then I keep the spare ones. The spare ones are in here somewhere as well. More springs and parts here. Let's see, we've got some QD attachment points right there, and there's a section of Picatinny rail in here, and one of the wrenches for the Aero Precision handguard system, the ratchet system they have. I have an extra bolt in here just in case. Totally functional. And yeah, so and then spare batteries, like basically anything you would need if you know at the range and more. But also I just keep it organized right here at my bench so that I have easy access and I know where everything is. And you know, this plastic thing, I think I got it from Walmart. You know, it's like $4 or $5, and you can move around the different dividers. And you know, it keeps things in here pretty snug actually. So I mean, I'm super happy with that, and I think it's really cool. And I just enjoy being organized like that and have myself a little compartment, you know, a little organizer there. I do keep a knife and or a box opener because I'm constantly getting packages. So you know, when I bring them in the house, I come straight down here to the workshop and pop this bad boy open. I use it to, you know, I use it basically on a daily basis. I do keep a pair of scissors as well for the same type of purposes. You know, if I open the box and I get in there and there's more plastic around, I'm able to just, you know, get right to it. This is also super important. Now, if you scratch up a receiver, a black receiver in little places, I'm constantly touching up receivers with this. I don't know what that says about my build capabilities, but you know, I'm not perfect, man. I just, you know, I do this for fun. There's no business involved in this or selling anything. I just enjoy doing it. But you know, you just tap a little bit of that in whatever spot it is. I mean, unless you're looking for it, you're not gonna see it. And then also, like if you have a gas block with a stainless steel roll pin, and you're trying not to have anything shiny, you're going for like a, you know, low key build. You just, you know, color in the ends of that roll pin, and boom, you're done, man. Same with like trigger pins. If you have stainless steel, which is what I recommend. Pro tip for you guys: if you have a mil spec trigger and you want a cheap way to you know, upgrade the feel of that, you know, they're often gritty. Get yourself some stainless steel trigger pins. I'm telling you guys, it's night and day, and it's a real cheap and real easy way to upgrade your mil spec trigger. Q-tips for cleaning. Also, this is anti-seize. Whatever it says, lubricant, but you know, basically that's for barrel nuts and muzzle devices. So that and you know, castle I'm sorry, buffer tube extensions, you know, anything like that. So it just depends, like if you're planning on, you know, changing out your receivers or your build in the future, and I'm always doing that. So you know, there's times for Loctite, and then there's times for this, so you just have to pick and choose. As far as my lubricants, I use Hops number 9. It works for me. But I also use the Geisley, I believe that's Geisley Go Juice. Let's see. I'm sorry, ALG Go Juice. Come on, man. There you go. That came with the trigger, the ALG ACT trigger, Advanced Combat trigger, and I've been using it. I really like it. But another thing I use that's actually environmentally friendly is Ballistol, man. I used to be so picky about how and where I would oil stuff, and now, man, I just clean my bolt carrier group, and I just hit this thing. You know, basically, I spray the whole thing on each side, and I slap it in there, and you know, all this talk, you know, and you know, to each their own, but all this talk about where you need to oil or you never need to oil your rifle. First of all, I think that's nonsense. I would never listen to that, or I mean, I wouldn't do that. Always oil your parts. It's just, you know, you just do that. Yeah, all right. I keep a trash can here because obviously I'm always opening stuff, and I just, you know, paper towels right here. You know, keep yourself, you know, give yourself the ability to wipe your hands. I keep rags right here as well, and then obviously Q-tips for cleaning as well. I really like my stickers. They go all the way to the side there. So anytime I, use a different company, which I try and use different companies all the time because I want to have a better experience, in this journey of mine here, doing gunsmithing, or gun building and smithing, and then down here. Well, actually, let me go to this first. So, this is not my only vise, but this is the vise that I use for my table here because this one is movable. You're not drilling in a massive vise that is not easily removable or movable. And in terms of just holding a gun, in a magwell with a vice block, and working on different stuff like that. I mean, this is perfect for me. And so I highly recommend that if you guys have sort of a minimalist setup like this, that for your bench you just keep a smaller vice block. And I do have jaw cushion things here, and I'll get into that. And then so what I did for installing barrels and handguards and all that stuff is I made a portable vice block deck, if you will, and so that way I I have the tool that I need for those big jobs, but I'm not taking up all that space over there, and I can move this thing around. I could even throw it in my trunk if I wanted to. And so I'm actually really glad I did it this way, and I thought ahead on this because I would have regretted, not having the space, the surface area on the bench by, bolting that in. And it works, man. It just really, this setup that I have with those two vices really, really works. And that's a Magpul vice block, and so I switch that around all the time. So let's see if I can. Oh, so basically, I just switched that block. I took it off of that one. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm getting there. Boom. Put it in there, and now we're good to go. And I can switch that back and forth. So I was just about to we didn't scratch that. I was just about to tighten this down. This isn't tight yet, or maybe I did tighten it. I have to double check. But yeah, man. I mean, this is I love this little setup, and it just works for me. All right. I also have a table back here for other jobs, putting scopes together, or if I just running out of room over here on the bench, I can do that. So this is a parts drawer. This is just miscellaneous stuff, not just gun stuff. That is a 20 round mag, so YouTube don't delete my video. I keep different things in here for the air compressor. That's a demagnetizer for bull carrier groups, because often, if you watch my other video, you know that a side effect of the magnetic particle inspection can be to magnetize your bull carrier group. And School of the American Rifleman has a real good video about that and explains why that can be a problem. So I'll let the professional do that, but I just enjoy checking to see if stuff's magnetized, and then it's real quick. I can demagnetize it. Spare stickers and stuff. I got spare gloves here if I got a real dirty job, or if I'm working with different solvents, or if I'm trying to paint something. I'm gonna not want to get that stuff all over my hands. I keep spare barrel guards for transporting barrels if I ever need to, which I haven't. I have some spare gloves in here as well. And then it's just an extra tool drawer where I have some drill bits, ratchet set, some odds and ends, screwdrivers, hammer, and an extra tape measure. All right, let's see what else. There was something else I was gonna show you guys. Maybe that was it. Oh no, I didn't go down here yet. So here's a gun cleaning kit. I keep that handy. This is like a general, sort of a generic one. But if you've ever bought a cheap gun cleaning kit, you'll know that those plastic pieces that screw into the end constantly break, which is what happened here. The generic ones that are cheap, they're just not worth it, man. That's one of the things that I think you really don't want to skimp on. And those guys that say I never clean my weapon, that's fine. Look, do I have no problem with that. But for me, I'm cleaning my gun, man. I want my guns to last for a lifetime, and then past that, I want to be able to pass them down to family members when I'm gone. And I just think it's a respect thing for my guns. So, I use them, I clean them, period. Here's the rest of my sticker collection, which I really enjoy. I come down here and I'm like, got all these stickers. Like, man, I've tried a lot of different companies, which is really cool, man. I just sort of love, exploring the world of gun accessories and gun parts. And, I'm constantly watching videos and learning myself. I mean, it's just, it's real good. And it's good for mental health too, man. I've struggled with my mental health, throughout my life, especially after the military. And, building stuff with your hands and being productive in that way is very helpful. All right, so that's the box that the Magpul Bev block came in. It's got some spare, some spare like gaskets and stuff in there that it came with. Here's a vice block jaws. And this is for an AR-10, and I actually just used that last night. That top, so this disconnects the top and the bottom, and you slide the top part into the upper receiver, and then you screw in the bottom part to that. Then you put in your pins there and then put it in a vice block, and now you're ready to go for barrel swap, muzzle device, installation, or change, what have you. But I also have AR-10 vice block, just like a standard one, so I can put that in a magazine well, and I can work on different things. And then this one I have used one time, and I don't know if I was using it wrong or what, but it didn't, the upper receiver didn't fit in there perfectly, and I was just really worried, it was gonna like bend something or put something out of spec. But I need to really go back through and read the directions on this, because installing your gas block and your gas tube, gas system, whatever, getting that tube to go in that hole straight and to where your gas key is sliding perfectly over it, that can be tricky if you don't, and I've just been doing it blind. Basically, I haven't never had any problems, thank goodness. But this thing's supposed to be able to help in some way. Like, I'm not really sure how it works, but anyways, I have it, and I have basically everything I need in that realm in terms of vice blocks and different vice installation tools. So put that back. I got just some of my other tools in here, but a set of Ryobi drills. I do have drill bits in here. I have considered trying to do a 80% lower or pistol build, but I haven't gotten there yet. And there's just some charger. That's a circular saw, but here is, this is important, this is my torque wrench, and you know what, it was working fine, and then all of a sudden now it doesn't want to click at the correct foot-pounds, so I guess I got to get another one. I looked at a video on YouTube about how to recalibrate and fix it, and I mean, I couldn't believe how much went into all that, so I don't even know if it's worth me trying to take it apart or not. I don't know if I did something wrong or what, but like I was trying to install something at like 40 pounds, and I'm like, I know I'm it's tighter than that. And then I took this thing off and I put it down to like 10 or 15 and then locked that into place, and it wasn't popping for that either. And I spun the thing around, spun the wrench around, I clicked this, and I tried to free up anything that might have been like stuck at a setting, and then nothing. So I don't know, this is one example, so I'm not trying to shit on Tecton. In fact, it was working beautifully up until the last 2 times I tried to use it. So I don't know. Other than that, man, I think that's pretty much it. I keep spare baggies over here, so if I get stuff in the mail or whatever, I keep these little baggies because they're super helpful when I have little parts and stuff that I need to use, and I got a whole bunch of them, and I'm constantly using them. A few boxes for barrels and handguards in case I needed to take some spare ones with me wherever I might be going. And Of course, we have shop light up here. I need to really get a better system. I'd like to actually remodel this whole corner here. So if you guys have any ideas about how I can make this look like really sharp, but sort of do it on my own, DIY type thing. I was thinking maybe like a board to hang tools on, and then have like a light that goes like, keep this one maybe, but one that like a string light that goes around. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this, but if you guys have any ideas or anything, that'd be great, man. I'd love to hear about it. And keep some pictures for inspiration. That's actually mine. I built that. But I just keep it up to I just like it. Let's see. Other than that, I do have some other things that I'll be sharing with you guys soon, but I just wanted to give you guys some ideas about the the workbench, the gunsmithing bench, the gun shop, the workshop, whatever, what have you, and just give you some ideas. And this took me a couple of years to get all this stuff. I mean, there's a few $1,000s here in tools and parts and that kind of thing. And that's not even talking about actual guns. So yeah, I hope this helped. And if you guys have any questions about any of the tools or the setup or anything like that, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I really am enjoying making these videos, and I hope that I can get some likes and get some subscriptions. So if you guys could like and subscribe and share, that'd be great. All right, thanks guys. Brad from Double Tap signing out. Have a great day.